This is luxury. Há muito amor aqui. There's so much love here, you know? Hi, I'm Nuno Mendes. Welcome to Lisbon. I will be taking you to some of my favorite spots around town today. This is where the chefs eat. This is one of my favorite places in Lisbon. There's always a line here, regardless of how early you get here. Today is not too bad. Olá, bom dia, como está? Tudo bem? Olá, bom dia. This for me is Portuguese sandwich gold. One of the most simple things. Portuguese water bread, braised pork, typically shoulder, that is cooked with a little bit of the actual pork fat, lots of garlic, bay leaf, and then basically it's stewing in the juices. Incrível, hein? Oh, wow.
Sempre comeres o dono.
Depending on the time of day, why not a Superbock to go with it, you know? A really cheeky beer. And so this is my favorite table. I grew up eating these and this is still like for me the best. A little bit of mustard, a little bit of chili as well. This is the way to do it. You see that? That's the good. And it's dripping. For me, it's like the warm, juicy pork that has been braised. Just the warmth of that, like, you know, that kind of melts against a really nice bread that has a nice little crispy crust that holds it together really well. It's delicious. If the meat was overcooked, it'd melt too fast, or if the bread is too hard, then the ratio wouldn't be right. The way you eat it would be completely different. So I think the fact that they get this, and the bifana. The charm of this is not just the bifanas, but it's the setting. It's the crazy people that drive around here. It's the cool people that live here, that stop by, and regardless of what you're doing, they'll stop and interrupt you and say hi. Here I am with the master. So this gentleman's learned with Mr. Afonso, who's the original person who started this, and he's kept the recipe in the family and basically making the same recipe every day.
A little salt, paprika, a little the pork fat, a lot of garlic, and the white wine is important. A good white wine is the same wine I sell in the customers.
Yeah, exactly.
I sell is the same one in the pan. If you see the menu, it's the same in the last 20 years, 30 years. With the soup, with the pataniscas, is a traditional Portuguese snacks and sandwich.
I think what's amazing is that in the last 50 years, you still have a huge percentage of locals that still come here. So you still get the Lisboetas here.
Every kind of persons, the locals, the workers, the neighbors.
It's always as a pit stop. They open early and they close mid-afternoon. So it's literally like, it's not lunch, it's just you stop here and you have a bifana. It's a tradition. You come and say hi. If you're in the mood for it, you have a beer, you have a coffee or whatever. These are still very classic old recipes. I wanted to ask you, obviously, like I've been eating bifanas for many years. The base juices that you have, how long have they been going on for?
It's all the same, because when I clean the pan, the old juice I keep it to start the new one.
Bloody hell, it's 10, 15, 20 years now. It's like of years that's
It's possible.
incredible. As you can see, I still have a nice clean t-shirt. And one of my goals for today, one of the achievements is if I can actually go through today and eat all these delicious things and still finish the day with a nice clean shirt. I'll be very proud of myself for that. Now, let's go to our next stop. The food culture in Lisbon is very unique because it has so many different influences. Because this is a port city, we also have a huge array of different cultures living in the city. Here we are for our second stop of the day. This is my favorite restaurant in Lisbon, Prado. It's been open for 7 years. It's got amazing food, very creative. The team is incredible. The wine service is incredible. The space is beautiful. It's young, it's youthful, and it represents the food scene in Lisbon, what's happening in Lisbon today.
Food for one.
Wonderful snacks, yeah?
So our classic beef tartare with a crispy cabbage,
Amazing.
caramelized croissants soaked in
This is new, yeah, nice.
savory prawn custard with a prawn tartare on top. And this is our sweet potato croquette. And on top we have a curried mussel emulsion with grilled mussels and pickled onions.
This is one of my favorites, the beef tartare. I'm gonna open it up to show you. I mean, the aged beef is like chopped. Because Tozé works with the whole animals, the fat, the aged fat, to mix into the tartare. And this is made from the trimmings of the beef that he serves on the menu. And then the cabbage leaves are just very simply lightly grilled and then toasted. The smoke on the leaves is amazing. Still have my clean shirt so far. Let's see how we get on. There's a little bit of seasoning on the meat, but just enough to taste the age, the really intense age profile that the meat has. The kale is like this smoke, the spice that really makes the combination it's incredible. It's like the best tartare bite that I've had, really. This is a new dish. I've never had this before. But you have the croissant and laminated dough. Wow. There's a lot of technique, but it's also approachable and casual. I think that's amazing. I remember when it opened, it really changed the scene. I think it had a massive impact in the Lisbon dining scene because there's a lot of attention to detail, but it was also casual and it had a generous price point. It seems like in Lisbon for many years, it was either a tasca or like a fine dining restaurant, and a fine dining is too fine, too refined. The tasca is like the very casual, the more mom and pop joint. So like to be here, this is a perfect juxtaposition where, you know, you still scream about the product. There's a lot of technique, but it's accessible. Love the sweet potato croquettes with the mussel emulsion. Look at that. I mean, again, taking a nice, our basic classic croquettes, and you have the lovely mussels and the pickle. Yeah. The curry, the mussels, wow. Really, really special. The creaminess of the sweet potato against the brininess of the mussels is incredible. And then the curry really adds another layer. It's quite magical. In Portugal, we're very familiar with curry. We use curry spices a lot. To see that here is, yeah. It's quite a unique combination. The execution on all these dishes is incredible. It's a restaurant that is focused on farm to table. They work with very small producers, fiercely seasonal. The chef, Antonio Galapito, is one of the most talented chefs I know. And it's a place where you showcase creativity. When I come here, I feel like I'm in Antonio's home, so it's very special.
Carabinero head,
Wow.
stuffed with pork chorizo.
Nice.
Why not?
Why not? Well, mackerel.
Mackerel with savory apple juice, green olives.
I'm gonna go for this. This is the mackerel. You can see the mackerel is really pristine. A little bit of the green apple. Wow, incredible. The richness in the mackerel and the flavor of the apple, the savory juice. There's a little bit of green olive, which is really quite special. So simple, but incredible. And you want to drink the whole juice. Wow. Yum. Now this is a very clever one. When you have the carabinero, you have all the head juices, but then with your little spoon, you just go in and get a nice little chorizo inside. That's a very clever one. Yum. They've been gently smoked and cooked very lightly with the lovely head juices of the carabinero. This is very nice. With the pork. Amazing.
Last two. So this is the last of the season, white asparagus. Next week we don't have more. With stracciatella from Setúbal and pickled turnips, saffron oil, and some breadcrumbs. And here is a cod tongue, grilled and then steeped in seaweed butter with crispy kale. Enjoy.
The profile flavor of the things that are combined here is going to be very, very special. And asparagus are probably one of my favorite ingredients. When they're in season, they're incredible. With stracciatella, it's obviously Italian style cheese. It's the inside, the curds inside of the burrata, but obviously these are made locally. And the asparagus. Wow. Quite harmonious. The crunch of the breadcrumbs is really gives a nice textural contrast. The turnips as well. They give it, the pickled turnips give a slight little acidity, but the rich butteriness of the asparagus is really. I never had anything like this before. Very much an Antonio dish or Prado dish. This is what makes it special as well about this restaurant. A lot of the dishes that you have them once and that's it. They never come back again. Now we're gonna go for our third stop. It's almost like the polar opposite of this as well. Come with me and let's go to Ramiro. For me, this captures the essence of what Lisbon's about. A real cervejaria marisqueira. This has been here since 1956. For me, it's a trip down memory lane. I used to go there with my father in the 1980s. Now it's one of the iconic restaurants of Lisbon. This gentleman is, I've been coming here for, probably 45 years. His team has been always looking after me. So I'm in his hands. I know he knows exactly what I like. So I'm just gonna sit here and have this amazing food arrive. The specialty is always whatever seafood is on. So amazing seafood, ice cold beer that comes very quick and maybe fast, maybe way too fast at times. The vibe here is amazing because it's just bustly and busy and chaotic. You can hear the people hammering away on their crabs, which are also very fresh and also local, and it's the place to be.
Farts.
Obrigado.
O nosso presuntinho, the famous ham. That's how that's
Amazing. Obrigado. Thank you. Any good Portuguese house, you always start with amazing ham. And this one is second to none. This is acorn-fed Alentejo style ham. Blackfoot pig, much darker meat. They're really, really nutty because of the acorns that the pigs eat. So it's very traditional in Portugal. One of the best Portuguese delicacies. Wow. Opa. Every day you're busy. You have a queue outside and people come out, and everyone that I know, when they say they've been to Ramiro, they're like, wow, amazing. There's nothing like it. Oh,
And now,
all for me. Oh. So this is marisqueira bread, no? Like, yeah. So that's what you eat, like, you know, a little bit of this lovely bread, and then your trick is like you put a little bit of this lovely ham on it, and then you're happy. And then, oh, there you go. Gambinhas. Obrigado, man. This for me is a trip down memory lane. I mean, simple garlic prawns with a little bit of chilies and a little bit of oil and butter. Just go straight from there, like this.
yes, and
Dip it.
oh, yeah, like a small scene. It's like a small scene.
Obrigado.
Let's continue.
Amazing.
This is clams from Portugal. Very simple: corianders, garlic, and olive oil.
They're super plump, really succulent. The clams are outstanding. It's called a major boa. Obrigado.
Wow, and you eat it, and he knows how to eat it. Use your hands to eat.
So that's how you
to
get
get
them.
all the
You go.
flavor.
They're plump, they're juicy, they're briny, they're perfect. Whatever's left of the bread, you dip it in there. Still clean shirt? Still, let's see. I know. Doing okay so far, doing okay. The best of Portugal. Like, it's like, the captures like proper seafood in a very simple way, amazing quality ingredients. And the space is like convivial, it's, you know, there's families, there's tourists, there's friends. You know, it's always buzzy. I love it. Yeah, thank you.
Continue.
Wow.
We're gonna continue this, and this is
Oh, razor clams, huh?
also from here, from Portugal. Always use the garlic and olive oil.
Look at that. Super plump razor clams, huh? So nice. When you have them like this, wow. The flavor is amazing. Briny, plump, loads of garlic in there. Some of the shellfish that we have here is really outstanding. Don't forget to lick your fingers.
So don't be surprised, everything here is fast.
Oh,
Now
look at these.
Algarve. This is a white chain from Algarve.
Wow. They're
And
beautiful.
everything
And
here
you
is
just-
just to work to eat it.
They're incredibly sweet.
It's a little steam, a little salt.
The
and
juice
you
is-
see, it's
wow.
juicy.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna take the, oh.
You see? The head's very juicy.
Wow. This is so good. This is why I like to do it. I like to peel them, and after you peel them, you dip them back in the head juices. See if my shirt stays clean.
This is goose barnacles. Call in Portuguese percebe.
Percebes? Do you understand it? You get it?
You understand it? You get it.
The way these are caught, someone goes out to sea on a little surfboard, on a little bit of boogie board, and they go with a chisel, and then they dig.
Cut it and remove it from the rocks.
That's what really not to do sparkle. Wow. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
the brininess is incredible.
This is a kind of shrimp that small scalloped shrimp. It's very rare to get it.
Yeah, these are very hard to find. Eh? They're sharp. You have to be careful because, yeah, you can drink this. I like to put it here and then. Incredible. Wow, incredible. Wow. They're very sharp, but they're so sweet, huh? Look at
This is a scalloped shrimp. It's the same as you can see it, but bigger. In Portuguese, we call it carabinero. The story of carabinero is because of the sound of carabinero. Pach, pach. This gentleman here to open for you, if you don't mind, because I want to keep it your shirt.
I want to see if my shirt stays clean after this. But look at it. This is worth, like, wow. Very, look at this.
They open near the heads.
The skill is on this is amazing, huh? And the technique is, wow. Look at that, huh?
Then you're gonna open the heads, and the head will have the liquids. So you don't need to do nothing, just enjoy nature.
This is incredible.
You see, the like natural grass.
Look at that little detail, huh?
There you go. Now it's very simple. Just enjoy it. Thank
This
you
is
very much.
luxury. This is luxury. This is
You deserve this.
this is being at home, no?
You deserve it.
Muito obrigado. Isto é lindo, é.
Obrigado.
Há muito amor aqui. There's so much love here, you know? This is just natural juices. There's nothing added to it. Just a salt. Wow. Bonito de carabinero. so sweet. This is incredible. Un preguito,
So let's go to our typical desserts.
Yes.
A sugar-free one.
This is it. So we had a bifana before, and this is the prego, just straight.
Yes, the Portuguese prego. The idea is very simple. You start with the land, you go to the sea, and you return to the land.
You go back, huh?
So
Wow.
it's like life. It's a circle.
It'll be almost the ratio 50-50 of beef and garlic and bread. This is incredible. A little bit of savora, maybe a touch of chili. Shirt still clean. We go. 1, 2, 3. Well, you know, maybe one. A slightly longer lunch, you know, a couple of pit stops here and there. But this is the way we like to eat in Lisbon, you know. A lunch is a long and complicated, you know, very fun affair.